Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Jade Empire. So I think for this episode I will turn the software compressors down a bit. I was listening on my old phone which I used to upload to YouTube and it was too compressed, so I'll turn them down a little bit. And I think I'm going to change Dawn Start to Silk Fox and it will let me.
Anything's
That's good.
better than waiting around in the camp.
Because I think she'll have more mad bants. Even though I hate her. Probably missing loads of stuff here. Actually, that would help. No. That didn't help particularly. It didn't hurt us either. Who is this? Another new acolyte? We'll make sure you know your place. Look, we have fresh blood, another soul for the forge, or a new pet for the masters. We don't need more competition for attention.
With the rise of the golems, we acolytes have fewer opportunities to serve. You are unwelcome.
So this is our first option to introduce ourselves to our peers. They're quite aggressive with me already. No, I don't think I'm going to be subservient. Out of my way, you'll be dead when I'm running the place. You spout big words, but you were in no position to back them up.
We are losing status to the golem army, and you want to take more attention away from us? I think you need to prove your worth.
Do you think yourself worthy of making such a demand? What proof are you worthy of?
Should she prove her worth? No, she can defend it or die. Yeah, well, if any of you guys think you can beat me up, step up or stand aside. You realise the inevitability of this challenge. Good, that will make it easier to justify. You, kill this fool.
More blood to stain my hands. A badge of honor.
Longsword demon form.
Whoops, I meant longsword.
Leaping tiger.
Bah, you are skilled, but assassins are not just quick steps and cuts. We will see if you're strong enough. This isn't over.
So there is no discouraging you. You have come to the heart of the assassins, and you already have enemies. Are you certain you are ready for what you will learn here? I don't think the choice is yours anymore. This is my realm where my demons hide. You will be forced to see them. We have discussed much in our time together, but not everything. I left some things buried, but now you have descended to their level.
What? Why did you come here, and how did you come here past the Watcher?
For all that he sees, he is blind if you know where the right shadows are. As for why I have come, I will decide that when I see how you react to this place. Go. Your new master is waiting. Secure a place near the heart of the assassins, and you will be near your goal. Grand Inquisitor Xia is key.
Be careful of him. I never believed he was on our side.
Yeah, it is hard to know who to trust, but I don't like you either, Silk Fox. I have a feeling we'll be fighting these clay golems at some point.
What is this? Another acolyte feeling their way around in the dark?
It takes some time for their eyes and skin to adjust. For the first few weeks, they're as easy to kill as newborn kittens.
What do you want, Acolyte? We've done our work for the day and don't want to be disturbed. Unless the press is broken, leave us.
Yeah, no, I do what the fuck I want. And what is your purpose here?
We keep the Golem Press functioning. Without us, the machines could not keep up the ambitious pace that Grand Inquisitor Gia has set.
It takes 2 minds, 2 pairs of hands to control the inner structures of the press. You fools just see the controls. Inside the machines, it is impossibly complex.
Be a real shame if someone were to cut the fingers off those hands one by one.
You would not understand the complex balance of gears and sorcery that makes it function. Even flyers are simpler creations.
Well, that should mean it's easy to break. Who built it?
By the will of the Emperor, Death's Hand had it created.
With parts stolen from some great celestial furnace.
That's nonsense. Not everything our craftsmen create is stolen or gifted from somewhere else. We have the capability on our own.
So these two are just indoctrinated serfs, really. They don't know anything.
If
Oh, they're called Mold Masters. That's quite a good title. You know, master implies boss, basically. They said inactive, but I thought they just moved. I swear they moved. Yeah, they're moving. That's not my definition of inactive.
You are falling behind, gang. Grand Inquisitor Gia is not happy, therefore I am not happy. If your work does not improve, I will have to stop taking credit for it. The latest battalion of golems stand idle because of you. If the production of the Jade Golem is delayed again, perhaps your soul will fuel our next attempt. I trust I have made myself clear.
Yes, Master Shin.
I thought so. Do not let anything delay you further. It would be a shame to once more remind Grand Inquisitor Gia how incompetent you are. Yes, an absolute shame.
What do you want? So help me, if you're just some wandering slave, I'll have you butchered to color the clay golems. Wait, no. You are the one I was told to expect. A new recruit. As if I don't have enough trouble watching over the other fools in my care.
You will find me a competent assassin, I assure you.
You are no assassin yet, fool, despite what you may have achieved outside. Here we strip you down to nothing and rebuild you as we like. If you survive, then you will be an assassin. For now, you are a Lotus Acolyte, and your life expectancy is not long. Follow me down to the central chambers when you are ready to begin your indoctrination. Do not keep me waiting. A battalion of golems stand idle.
Can't believe it, they actually call it indoctrination to my face. Like, oh, are you ready for your indoctrination? Yeah, that sounds brilliant. I really want my indoctrination. I mean, can you imagine if cults and stuff in real life said, oh, are you ready for your indoctrination? No, it's much more subtle and insidious than that. You don't just blurt out, are you ready for your indoctrination? He actually is incompetent, that guy.
Damn the heavens for the fools I lead. I am destined to suffer for their incompetence, and I have one man to blame for it. Shin.
The old Scorpion had one of his followers shatter a spirit shard during training. There are ghosts everywhere. I've lost 8 slaves and 3 acolytes to them. You, New Blood, get over there and occupy those ghosts until I can get real Lotus assassins to clean them up. Golem production cannot be delayed by this.
He has no confidence in you. He does not know your worth.
Go on. It's your first sacrifice for your new life. I'm sure it will be glorious.
Yeah, it will be. He's basically trying to get me killed already.
You're beneath me. Go, or risk being used as golem fodder.
Oh, there's lots of books to read here. Hard to target books, but they do exist. Oh, that isn't what I expected. I don't think I can target these ones in between. No. So, I wonder... Because I found the configuration things. They seem to be complete gibberish, unless I'm just an idiot. I can't make head or tail of any of them. So I don't know if you have to collect all of them and then they make more sense.
Greetings, young Lotus Acolyte. I am the Keeper of the Archive. What can this humble servant of the Order do for you?
What's in the archive?
I will answer within the limits of what someone of your ranking is permitted to know. Recent or old entries, you must give specifics.
Tell me about the Lotus Assassin leadership.
All you are allowed to know of your masters is that Death's Hand is the will of the Emperor, and Grand Inquisitor Gia rules this place for him. Obey their wishes when they are made apparent to you, or you will be destroyed. That is all an acolyte needs to understand. You may, however, ask about your Master Gong. He is not important enough to warrant secrecy.
Yeah, please tell me about Master Gong.
A thoroughly average assassin relegated to indoctrinating acolytes due to his failure to demonstrate leadership qualities. He is not well liked. His mediocrity is magnified by the successes of Master Shin, an assassin who arrived at the same time and has catapulted through the ranks. Coincidentally, Master Shin is the one who personally documented many of Gong's failures. There is, of course, nothing strange about this.
That is exactly who you want in a position of leadership.
I will answer within the limits of what's...
Tell me about the time the Order was formed.
You are permitted to know that Death's Hand returned from Dirge as the Emperor's trusted confidant after all others around him proved to be traitors. After defeating the Drought, the Emperor was no longer a slave to the natural order of things. He needed utterly loyal disciples to replace and kill doubters. The Order of the Lotus was quickly transformed from its weak role under Prince Qin. Death's Hand was the new way, and those who disagreed were destroyed.
No one questioned such brutal changes?
All who did were killed, except one who first hid his doubt. On a mission to cleanse a traitor's family, he rejected Death's Hand and turned on his fellows. The bodies were unrecognizable. More have died to him over the years, but few remain who know his face. He was our most skilled, most vicious, and most hated.
Would that be Sagacious Zoo? Yeah. What was he called?
His name is not spoken to the acolytes. You must understand that to oppose Death's Hand is to lose all connection to your masters. Even if you live, you do not exist. There are few fates worse than being reduced to nothing. Lotus assassins can belong nowhere else. Service to Death's Hand is your life.
So, this rogue assassin escaped punishment?
He escaped death, but there is no greater penalty for a Lotus assassin than to be removed from the sight of Death's Hand and our Emperor. No doubt many of his years have been worse than death. Once you are truly indoctrinated, you will know the hunger to serve that such loyalty brings.
Hey, that sounds like a really terrible idea. Maybe Sagacious Sue was actually right after all. What changed in the way you were trained?
Master Gong has been lax in indoctrinating you. No doubt he wants to make use of your fiery disposition before stripping you of it. You will come to understand. Soon you will have nothing else but your life here. Your role as a Lotus assassin leaves no room for anything other than loyalty to Death's Hand and the Emperor. I will
Tell me about recent campaigns.
Slaves continue to be brought to the fortress from the wall and unimportant villages that have no voice to object. Our golem force continues to grow. Operations in Tien's Landing have temporarily halted, but we received glorious news that a hated enemy of the Emperor has been delivered to the palace. The accomplices who hid him were butchered, their pitiful village razed. We look forward to a day when all who oppose our masters are dealt with.
Interesting. So, either she knows the truth and is lying to me, or her masters are lying to her, or there is the possibility that they actually think I'm dead, but I don't think that can be the reality, because even the nobody police captain knew of the Scourge of the South. So, I'm guessing she doesn't get to leave the fortress very much, being the archivist. So that really leaves us two options. Either someone's lying to her that I exist, or she's lying to me that I exist. This is an existential nightmare. I believe that is actually an apt term for once. But I know I exist. But she doesn't know I exist. She thinks I'm an indoctrinated nobody.
I will answer.
And she doesn't know the real me even exists at all.
Goodbye, Acolyte.
I wonder why they're keeping that so secret then. I'm guessing you don't want to talk here, Silk Fox. You probably shouldn't.
Is there something you need? If not, we should concentrate on getting the information I require from the Lotus Assassins. I hate the Assassins. Can't they see the strings that pull at them? They are unquestioning and even believe they do my father's bidding by following Death's Hand. I will expose all of this. Do everything your masters ask of you, and they will take us into the inner chambers. Then we can prove all of this to my father.
There is the possibility we will get indoctrinated. Whoops, didn't mean to do that.
If permitted to serve, I would give my life as a Lotus assassin.
Where are the ghosts then?
Uksair kun ni kakno aku kwawir fuisir aku fagita.
Keep bothering me and you won't survive being an acolyte. Your spirit could power a golem as well as any slave. Return to your duties, acolyte. If you're not working to increase the Emperor's glorious golden army, you are a waste of our resources, and I read that all wrong. Can't get into the golem press room.
Another of Gong's weakling acolytes headed to the slaughter. How many of the ghosts killed so far?
11, 12, does it matter? Worthless as one, worthless as a group.
Go on, then. Let's see how you fare. We'll need to sluice the blood out of there by the time they manage to destroy those ghosts.
I know I'm not in charge of their HR, but they're pretty terrible managers. Like, just, you know, it's quite rare that someone's going to win the arena in 2 divisions, and then you just slaughter them for no reason. Oh well. Come on then, let me in.
Go on. Join your other useless acolytes in death.
They must be blocking that door, I'm guessing.
If Master Gong hadn't shown you such favoritism, you wouldn't have gotten anywhere.
Leaping tiger.
Well, at least these ghosts are rubbish.
Leaping tiger.
Oh, so these are the golems that haven't got souls in them yet, I'm guessing. These actually are inanimate. Actually are inactive. Soul extractor room, we can't go in there. So this must be where the vessels go. And then in there, the soul gets squashed out and it goes into the golem. And then it goes back into the other room where it says they're inactive, but they're not really. Right, what have you Muppets got to say about that?
So Gong has an acolyte who can fight.
Ghosts are mindless. I see no real skill in defeating them.
Yes, certainly. Against a real opponent, there would be no doubt of the outcome.
Slink back to Master Gong. We answer to Master Shin, and if you are lucky, this is the last time you will see us.
Interesting that even Master Shin's nobodies think they're ahead of Master Gong's nobodies.
You live? And the ghosts are gone? Well, I did not expect this. It would seem that I have a competent acolyte for once. Interesting. Recruits are rarely of use before we strip them of their outside identities, but you beg a more interesting application. Could you be the one I have waited for?
I think that's a compliment. I'm glad I serve you well.
Your duties would normally include a period of deprivation in a cell until every hint of self and identity was stripped away. It is a draining, brutal awakening. I need a favored protege, someone willing to risk everything in my service. I will preserve your intellect, allow your inventive mind to remain, in exchange for 2 tasks. One is your duty anyway. The other is something to secure your future at the heart of the Assassins. Lotus acolytes are utterly expendable. You deserve better.
Well, this is a bizarre twist. He's not very well indoctrinated, is he? Also, going back to the general indoctrination and stuff, like criminal gangs are really stupid. And they do have stupid initiations, although it's not indoctrination as such. But people are pretty stupid in this, you know, stupid people ask stupid things with other stupid people. For no end game, no reason. Like sitting in a room for no reason. Is it really indoctrinating them? As I say, unless there is something about the place that indoctrinates people, simply sitting with your own thoughts isn't going to. Anyway, let's move on. You speak as if I have a choice. You can order what you want, Master.
Ah, that is true. I like that you do not suffer formality. I have struggled under the weight of the same thing from others myself. You must operate the soul extractor, past the room where you fought the ghosts. In the coming weeks, you will help swell the ranks of the Empire's glorious golem army. Golems are fueled by the souls of the dead. The recently dead, it turns out, make far more obedient and powerful golems, especially if brutally killed. We no longer mind the necropolis for souls that linger near their resting place. We butcher slaves instead, and extract their souls into spirit shards. Tonight we require a shard of exceptional quality for a Jade golem that will control the latest battalion of golems. You will oversee this in the extraction chamber.
So this is an interesting choice. It's probably in our interest to do a really bad job and get a really disobedient golem. What is the second task, Master Gong?
You clearly deserve better than the short life of a regular acolyte. Your ability surprised me. Use it to surprise the others as well. Help me gain the power to help you. Kill Master Shin, my superior.
Sure. Why are you trusting me with this? I've only just arrived here.
You are beneath notice, but you have surprising skill. No one will suspect you are planning such a thing, and no one will miss you if I have to kill you for refusing.
And it can't be a simple task as just kill him, or he'd be dead already.
You are perceptive. It is a tricky matter, and therefore a good test for an otherwise expendable acolyte. Your kind die often in the machinations between masters.
We are tools to be cast aside, but if it gets us closer to our goal, we need to do as he says.
The politics of the Lotus Assassin Order are complicated. It's all right if murder is suspected, so long as it appears deserved because of incompetence.
Okay, how do I go about doing that?
That is your task to figure out, Acolyte. This is a dangerous place. Find a way for him to have an accident that disgraces him. I, of course, must not be implicated. Talk to my acolytes at their stations, in the Golem Press Room and the Soul Extractor. These are dangerous machines. Find a sharp corner Shin can crack his temple on. Return to me when you have an idea for an appropriate accident. I don't care what it is, as long as there is a corpse for me to gloat over in the end.
Interesting choice.
Proceed.
Tell me about Master Shin.
You already know enough about him. He is insufferable, concerned only about his own advancement. He sabotages my efforts at every turn. When he is gone, I will ascend in rank, and I will reward acolytes that are loyal to me. Perhaps I will even introduce you to Grand Inquisitor Gia in the heart of the fortress.
That's exactly what I need of you. I spoke with the Keeper of the Archive about you as well.
Stop right there, Acolyte. I am well aware of what that Lotus Expositioner records. Rumors and lies routinely turned over to Grand Inquisitor Gia. If you wish to remain more than a footnote in her pages, you will not speak to me again about her. The old fool will see my potential, and you will help me.
Okay. I want to talk about golems and shards.
I will hear you.
What are spirit shards? Are they similar to essence gems?
Shards infuse the golems with life. Souls are extracted from the vessel that holds them, whether a corpse or a slave, and sealed within a crystal shard. The more recent and brutal the death, the more effective the golem. Our soul extraction process is deliberately painful. Essence gems are trinkets that can focus minimal amounts of chi. There are very few people who can make use of them effectively.
What's so important about the Jade Golem?
Golems are utterly obedient, but that does not mean that they are always easy to control. In great numbers, there can be discord. Jade golems are infused with spirit shards made of multiple souls. They are highly ordered servants, and they serve as pacifiers for the other golems. 1 or 2 golems can be controlled by will alone, but an army requires these Jade intermediaries to maintain order. Such numbers are dangerous without a lieutenant.
How many golems have been produced?
I do not know. Hundreds? More? Many are here, waiting for a Jade Golem to command them. In the end, we will replace the weaklings of the Imperial Army entirely. Imagine it, Acolyte. An army of loyal, nearly indestructible golems, dedicated to enforcing the will of the Emperor under Death's hand. A beautiful sight. Remember your tasks, Acolyte. Create a spirit shard in the extraction chamber for the Jade Golem, and find a creative way to kill and disgrace Master Shin. You can also seek training from Acolyte Trainer Guang. I'm sure you are her superior, but she might have something of use to you.
Absolutely, I love training.
An acolyte of Gong's, So am I. Let's identify what training you need by sparring for a short time. Let's keep it non-lethal for now. You'll find you have enough enemies in this place. We acolytes are utterly expendable.
Is it just me, or does everyone here look exactly the same?
Good. Remember, no killing blows. I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to practice those later.
Longsword.
So am I meant to stop here?
Well, you would appear to have more than a passing knowledge of combat. I could almost see some kind of flaw, but I was clearly outclassed.
Yes, you were. I knew this acolyte was something special, but I didn't think my trainer would be made to look like a fool. You, New Blood, you will be the trainer now. When I am promoted, you will train all my acolytes. You, assist her, if you can even do that.
It would seem that you have taken over my duties. I will still serve as an advisor, as Master Gong ordered. There are techniques I can share.
I don't really see the need to be abusive to her. I'm sorry for taking your position.
In truth, I did not like being a trainer. Life for any of Master Gong's acolytes is rough and short, but especially so for trainers. Master Shin sees to that. My duties, your duties now, include training Master Shin's personal entourage. In the past, if a trainer was too good, Shin had that trainer killed to keep Gong weak. I think one member of his entourage is a full Lotus assassin. I have survived by appearing unimportant and staying out of the fight between Gong and Shin.
Oh, this sounds like a bad plan. What training services can you provide first?
I have learned a number of techniques.
Can I sell all my rubbish? Mind you, I like that. Might even equip that. Okay, we'll go back to buying stuff. That's rubbish. That's rubbish. That's rubbish. Is there a downside to this? Doesn't look like it. I mean, these things all sound terrible. Like, do I really want a window to the abyss, or deadened nerves, or a fearsome visage? I think there's probably a bad consequence to buying all these. I mean, this is still a net gain, isn't it? Well, I'm sure some bad will come of that. And I've got quite a lot of stuff to talk to you about. The only thing is, it's been around a video's length, and I've got all the stuff from the archive to read. And now I've got all that training to read. So I think I'm going to leave it here. I know my voice sounds a little weak, I don't know why. But thank you for watching. Come back and we'll play some more Jade Empire. The Grand Inquisitor's Will. In your obedience to Death's Hand, do not neglect to heed the complex demands of our Mistress Gia, second in glory only to the Hand of Death himself. Our Mistress demands that all her servants think clearly and completely in all that they do. She expects that all Lotus assassins exercise their minds as thoroughly as they suppress the impulses of their hearts. As Grand Inquisitor, Mistress Gia knows all things that happen within the fortress and without. Not even the deepest secrets of the most remote places in the Empire escape her knowledge. Mistress Gia demands that we be cunning, ruthless, and complete in our loyalty to her master and ours, Death's Hand. To disrespect her is to disrespect the Empire, the Emperor, and Death's Hand himself. The Way of the Lotus. Many acolytes misinterpret the tenets of the Lotus Assassin Order. Stated simply, there are no tenets save one, obedience. Some believe we preach strength over all, but one must be strong to even be considered for recruitment. We are assassins, not monks. Our order does not teach as much as act. Leave the teachings to the scholars in their wasteful garden. Our mandate is to serve the will of the Emperor through Death's Hand and Grand Inquisitor Gia. Because they demand strength, we give them strength. Because they demand cunning, we give them cunning. Most of all, they demand obedience, and so we give them obedience. To do otherwise would be to spit in the eyes of those who hold our spirits in their hands. Acolytes may create philosophical justifications for the lives they have chosen, but in the end, our Master's wills are the only truth and the only law we serve. The undeniable fire. Of all the threats the young Jade Empire faced, the greatest was the barbarian warlord Zheng Sai. Titled The Tree That Defies the Fire, Zheng Sai managed to organise the barbaric horse lords into an efficient and deadly machine of warfare, conquering much of the lands to the west and north of the Empire before coming to bear on the borders of the Jade Empire itself. Zheng Sai, whose savagery denied even the Great Wall built to keep his people out, led his hungry, maddened people to attack our fledgling empire in a rabid attempt to destroy all that would become our advanced and prosperous civilization. So vicious and deadly was Zheng Sai's attack that it roused the insular spirit monks from their temple in the land of howling spirits to come to the Empire's aid. Left unconquered by the devouring Horse Lord army, the monks of Dirge stood alongside the Empire and, in a great battle recounted by sages, playwrights and scholars around the known world, laid waste to Zheng Sai and his ravenous army of wild bowmen. With the help of the monks from Dirge, the Empire finally burned down the tree that defies the fire, and our glorious land has never since faced so deadly a foe. Configuration of the rabbit. You stumbled across an obscure diagram that seems to indicate a configuration for a machine. A small stone with medical runes surrounding it seems to be a key component. The rest of the diagram shows a connection between some sort of lightning-enshrouded globe held by a mechanical arm, which seems linked to a pagoda or pyramid-topped machine belching smoke, which in turn seems connected to a series of large gears. The diagram has a series of dragon etchings in the corner. Whether or not they're related is hard to say. Eye of Inner Darkness. Looking out from the void inside, the place in which the spirit resides is a person's inner eye. A person at peace with their inner self gains great power and strength of mind from this eye. The window to the abyss. The spirit is endless. The depths one can sink to is limitless. If one looks inside, they will see nothing but themselves. Inner strength, the strength of the spirit, comes from this limitless inner void. Deadened nerves. Lotus assassins often use a technique common to many martial arts, but in their fanaticism, they take it to an extreme. They beat their body continuously, first with ropes, then with wooden sticks, then finally with iron rods, until their bodies are completely deadened to the pain. They can resist all manner of physical attacks, but focusing so intently on the physical does little for their spirit. Fearsome visage. Training as a Lotus assassin takes its toll. A Lotus assassin sometimes deliberately deforms himself to present a more disturbing visage to his opponents and instill fear in his foes.